what this basically is a zombie survival game that is quite similar to DayZ, but for me, it has the potential to be a single-player Tarkov hybrid, if you know what I mean. And for those who are not familiar with Tarkov, it's also a drop-in, almost like it's really hard to describe in this type of genre. But basically, you drop in to a world with a set of time. You extract within a set of time, get as much shit and kill as much people as you can. Should you survive, you got to keep everything. Oh, a win all, lose all type of survival game with shooter mechanics and quests and survival elements and AI PvPvE. I'm getting sidetracked. Basically, Surroundead is a zombie apocalyptic game with survival elements. And to me, this is a perfect foundation for what I've been searching for a very long time. I have been trying to search for a Tarkov-like game, but not constantly online. I like to play by myself most of the time because it reduces a lot of stress. Of course, if you can play with friends like co-op, but this is absolutely an option for this project. But as of now, it's a single-player only game, which is rather unfortunate because this has great potential. But without further ado, let's start with a new game. Over here, you'll have shooting range, Long Down Valley, which is the actual world where you're going to survive in. A tutorial, which I highly recommend, is very, let's just say it gets you down to the basics. And should you have gone through thoroughly and paid attention, you won't be like me, where I need to constantly go back to the menu and check for what keybinds I have. Vehicle Playground is basically a, well, as the name suggests, a playground that you can play. You can drive various types of vehicles that can spawn inside Long Down Valley, and just get to learn the mechanics of fixing and refueling the car, and basically how each car performs and drives in the wilderness. So, without further ado, let's start with a new game. A quick word: for each time you start a new game, it overwrites its current save. So whatever you've done before, it overwrites it. It does not have multiple save yet. You can look up tutorials about how to save, how to have multiple saves, but the TLDR is basically back up your save files, keep it somewhere else. If you want to go back and play it, replace it, and then go back to the main menu and press continue. And you should be able to load into your older saves or previous saves. But for the sake of this gameplay, let's go and start a new save. Each time you start one, again, as I mentioned before, it will delete your current save. So you have been warned. Right. Now, before I move anything on the screen, I'd just like you to take in the aesthetic of this game. This is such a fresh air compared to the almost realistic games that's been coming out recently, hint hint Tarkov and DayZ. This is such a much more light-hearted game compared to those, where you know it's an actual thing you can have fun with. You don't have to be serious about it. Albeit, you know, sometimes your character can look a little bit goofy, but hey, everybody has their own cup of tea. My name is Adam Carter, male, obviously. I'm a hunter before, and has currently traveled zero distance. So I basically was born in this world. Wow, that is very nice. So once you spawn in, you will see that you have a secure container. For those who have played Tarkov, will be very familiar with this term. But at the same time, you are given a sidearm, or a war knife in this case, each time you spawn in as a new character. And for those who might be wondering, yes, this world is a continuous build-up. So long as you don't start a new save, you can build upon this world. What I mean by that is whatever you place down in this save, in this exact world, basically, it will be there permanently. If you die, you respawn, and you can go back to your camp, should you have a, well, GPS. Go back to your camp, and everything will still be there. And your dead body will be there. However, I haven't had the chance to, well, experiment with how long will that body stay, because I've always find enough time to go back, pick up everything, and then carry on my adventures. So we'll need to test that someday. But for now, press 3 to pull out your knife, and the adventures begin. In this game, you have some stealth mechanics that you can try and tinker with. Obviously, for those who have just caught on the previous screen, you can say that you may have skill points. That you can upgrade your skill in terms of shooting, speed, momentum, basically survival elements such as food, water, all that kind of stuff. But for now, it's a very plain old game. Oh. Nice. For the most part, you can loot basically everything. Uh-oh. Oh. Should have realized that. Keep that there. So, a few things about this game. There are traders in this world that you can interact with, but as you can see, the price are fixed. So for this, you know, the exact price of this item, the smartphone, is 40 bucks. Don't know which currency, but I don't think you'll need to worry about that as of right now. Know for a fact that we're close to the edge of a world, since those hills are never meant to be, well, or obviously not meant to be for you to go through, but we have a farm here. Let's try and loot. Well, I have already played a few games. Well, a few saves in this game, so I am sort of aware of my bearings. I know if I walk south. Uh-oh. Yes. Okay. That was a little bit unexpected, but whatever. You may notice that I need to have a ready stance before. You see how I changed with my right click? So in this game, you will need to aim first before you can attack. You cannot just press left, the left key on your mouse. I don't know why that is there, but I presume they programmed it in a way where every weapon needs to aim first before you can actually use them. This is a, well, firearms axe. Sorry. And what this does is allows you to basically chop wood. Now, you cannot chop any type of wood. If I go here, you can't just go swinging to the woods that's around here. You have to go specifically here. You will know this when you play the tutorial, but since you're watching this, might as well tell you. So this is where you collect wood, and that's how you collect it. I know. This game, the beauty of this game is that it doesn't take itself very serious, which is good. You know, playing a game, you just want to lose some stress, and this for me is somewhat therapeutic. Except when that happens, but hey, that's the Unreal Engine for you. You realize that there is stamina every time, well, it costs stamina every time you swing. And you can turn on in these settings basically damage numbers. I know it is somewhat of a immersion breaker, but for me in this game it doesn't really matter. I turn it off just because I don't want my interface to be very cluster-like. I can save that for Apex Legends. But here you can see the stamina drain is 12 points, and it gives you a damage of 35. So that is roughly 2 to 3 hits on the body of a zombie, or 2 hits if one's on the body and the second one's on the head. And yes, you do get headshot damage bonus for every weapon, including melees. And for the wood, each stack is 30, so this is 31. I cannot pick that up anymore. How's my water? No, it's doing just fine. And I like how they designed the items. So obviously for blue, it's for water. For green, it's for hunger. Some of these do provide regeneration of water. So for the canned soup, it gives you 8 points of thirst and 16 points of hunger, which is very nice. You can try and kill every zombie that you come by. For the sake of, like, say for this, it gives you a lamp and a anti-spedic. My English is not my first language, so please bear with me. I just drop that first. And this brings us to the first important thing, actually, up to this point, which is crafting. Over here, you can see that you can craft firearms. I would assume some sort of utility. Basically, functional items, backpacks, ammunition, such and such. Oh, that's for medical. This is for utility. There's different type of bandages. For rugs, it gives you 15 health regeneration per use. Or you can use a bandage that gives you, well, basically double the amount. But it does require more materials to craft. So you say three cloths, which I have over here, and 1 toothpaste. Let's just call it toothpaste for now. And then you can craft it. Unfortunately, it's not smart enough. Well, the system's not smart enough to detect how to replace the space, because given that there's 3 here, and basically just take that away and put it there. But for the time being, you can just drop the stuff on the ground, which you can pick up again, craft the stuff, and then pick it back up. And now I can heal myself. Oh boy. I actually need none of this right now. In fact, I'll just use this. How's my thirst? Excuse me. Oh God. There we go. Alright, let's keep moving. Yes, you do run faster if you stow away your weapon. Apologies. Need to drink more water. Very nice. Each stack is 4 for the bandages, so that takes up another space. I do need to try and find a backpack real quick. And I do not understand how... Oh, flashlight. That's important. Face mask. Remember, during tough times, protect yourself and protect others. That joke can die really soon. Wow. Oh, there is vaulting in this game. So, as you just saw. Not vaulting. What am I talking about? Basically, there are mechanics for you to climb to certain surfaces. You, on the other hand, is very annoying. Well, 3 hits on the body. Now, in the late game, you can start trading items very frequently should you have a car or a place to stow your stuff. This is a absolute gold of a bargain, not gold. This is an absolute bargain for 2 slots for $300. You play long enough, you'll understand why that means a lot to a hoarder like me. I really don't want to start scaring everyone. Oh my god. Money. There is currency. There is trade in this game. However, I do not need that right now. Audio in this game is pretty good. I must give it to the developers. Ooh, raw meat. Ooh, I'm not sure if I want that though. For some reason, the zombie sounds are quite scary, albeit very repetitive. They all sound the same, unfortunately, but that is a lot of zombies. I've never seen so many in one area before for a town like this. And basically, you'll find doors like these that you can lockpick should you find a lockpick. But as of right now, we'll come back for that later. Right now, my priority is to get my bearings straight and find a backpack. I can try and kill... In fact, let's just go back. Since currently there's no durability problems for weapons and melee weapons, you can take your time so long you have your stamina up. You can basically continuously kill everything that you see, including a deer that just ran by. Yes, there is hunting in this game. My millimeter. Hell yeah. So play Tarkov. Oh. Oh. You'll get a lot of deja vu of those interactions in this game. Or just basically any type of survival game in general. I don't know. I just play Tarkov more compared to, I used to. Compared to other survival games. This got my attention simply because, well, obviously you can cut open those stuff. But also, it just reminds me a lot of... great. A lot of... let's just say... time to think type of game. You really need to like resource manage everything a lot of times, such as this. those cosmetic items. Oh, let's just use this. Why not? Oh, take that. As much as I would like to use the guns in this game, they are not the most effective way of killing things. Should there be a large one, you really need a lot of bullets. And I do mean a lot of bullets. Poor dude. Stones, yes. Gunpowders, yes. But I don't have a backpack, so those things can go real quick. Problem with this game is that the stun effect is very short. So when the zombies look like they're stunned, they can actually still attack you. Just a quick heads up. Since the windmill is over there, I think... yeah, this is the binoculars that I just... Obviously, for survival games, there are military-grade loot that you can find in this world, but however, they're inside those, well, commonly known as dead zones, or radioactive area for some odd reason. And that's where you can find the good stuff. Actual good stuff, I do mean it. However, I think... Oh, photo mode. Well, I do not need that right now. There's combat roll you can do. And there is light. However, it's very limited in its effective range, but when it gets dark, it's more appealing, I guess. Let's stretch this distance. Pretty, to be honest, quite bright when it's dark. There's a lot of dead people. Rest in peace. Ow. Should have gone smarter. True redneck. Hell yeah. Ah, yes. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Yeah, boy. Let's go. It's not the best. But it will do. Hey, lady. And yes, they do hit you at odd angles, but it's an early alpha game, so give it some slack when you encounter those things. Another one. Now what I can do is pull the magazine out, leave it there. Should I find more ammo, if there's any. I can basically put it as a spare mag, which, come on, loot. Hell yeah. 556, 7.62, 308 Lapua rounds, which is perfect because I can load it in. And that is basically the magazine. So long as I have space, just need to put it there. Oh, I press shift, so it splits up the idea, but you get the idea. I think I'm just gonna use that for now. That gives you an idea of how the sound system works. Yep, and I've spent basically all my ammunition just in that instance. So that gives you an idea of how not to engage zombies early game when you have very limited amount of ammunition. And it doesn't reward well. So careful use of ammunition is heavily advised in such game, of course. Might as well use it. Ah, gives you some space. But what it does do is basically it clears out. Ooh. It basically clears out the entire camp, and you can loot at your leisure. And no, those bodies don't come back alive. They're just permanently dead. It's probably for a quest or something that you need to find those dead bodies or mark something. Or in a random event, they just come back alive and, you know, bite you in the ass. Zombies love ass, don't they? Stones at the back, of course. Sure, would be nice, but I haven't have a camp yet, so no need, thank you. Let's go to the top floor. Oh, it's blocked. I've had better luck with these, but I guess it's just not today. Not for me, at least. Oh, trash bags. Oh, yes. These are a critical should you want to enter those dead zones. And I basically bug out the game. Well, for that sec in particular. They're in distance, which means it's going to rain soon. Not a particularly troubling problem. But it does get annoying. That is a vehicle. Yes. Now the problem is, can I find gas? Of course. Ah. 45 ACP. Yeah, I just basically need to clear out this gas station. I typically clear out everything so I can forget about like danger and such. And again, I can get to looting these zombies for a backpack. Yes, I do need. Oh, goddamn! I do need a backpack urgently because I'm holding more than I can actually really take. Might as well. It's just tiny. Oh. Oh! Answer to my prayer. A bunny bag. Yes. So I can become kawaii as fuck. Hey boy. A girl, sorry. Not only can I actually hold more, but because this is a axe that drains less stamina with similar amount of damage, although slightly less, but far better rate of fire or rate of swing, I guess. Oh my god, this is such a breath of fresh air. Jeez. I can do so much more with this shit now. Put that there, put that there. Not sure. Yep, this is a utility truck. Good amount of fuel and a good amount of health. Can't really damage it too much, but you get a truck. You get a trunk to put your shit in. So since we're taking this already, we might as well put the stuff that we don't need in this truck. Come back for it later. Oh, and just to demonstrate my point of how important this little axe is, it can chop wood. I guess while we're here, how it drains less stamina, so you can basically continuously, well, in the case, mine wood, I guess. I hope they change it someday, where I need to actually chop down trees since there's so much and they grow back. It's just more immersion rather than simplicity, because since the art is already simplified compared to what's offered today on the market, there's really no point in making things more complex than they should be. And if you're tired of my mouse clicking, I am trying to work on a fix for that. You run out of wood, even though they're still there. Game logic at its finest. Hello? Anybody home? Okay, it's birds. Oh.